Hoi hoi, Matsuri here, and in today's video, yes, it's a poppy video. Like, I haven't done a poppy video in so long. It has been so long. So, first of all, I want to start with saying... Why are you whining? First of all, I want to start with saying I am sorry about this lighting, because, yeah, it's horrible. I want to start with saying I have to apologize to Poppy, although she's most likely never seen one of my videos before, but I want to... Are you really gonna start drilling? Boy! It's like subtly drilling. It's like... like, just get it over with. Is it over? Are you done? Okay, well, I wanted to start by... I have made Poppy videos in the past, and mainly with my Mariah Pereira versus Poppy, or whichever way around video it was. Mainly with that one, I want to say I'm sorry for all the shade. So, I have shaded Poppy a lot in my content. Well, not a lot, but a little bit. But I feel like that one video was pure shade. Pure shade. And it... I don't know. I can't remember what I said in my Argo versus Poppy video. That one where I was comparing them. I can't remember what I said at all. I'd have to go back and watch it. But if I said any like shade toward Poppy in that one too, I know I didn't shade Argo. I've never shaded her. But if I shaded Poppy in that one too, then I'm sorry. Titanic, I'll apologize for shading Titanic, although if I have, I don't think I have, to be honest. I can't recall a time I have, but if I have, then I'm sorry for that too. Throughout that whole time when I was covering bits and bobs, I didn't cover like Poppy news, but I covered like little bits of like my theories and random bits that I'd want to talk about and stuff. Throughout that time, I wanted to be unbiased, and I was, for the most part, until it came to the lawsuit. Obviously, I think that's everybody. But I mean throughout the lawsuit as well, I was telling myself, you're unbiased, but then I'd still shade Poppy and Titanic, like off camera, on camera, wherever, and even though they don't even know of my existence, although Poppy did block me on Twitter, but it's whatever. I'm not sad, you're sad. But I just wanted to apologize and kind of explain that I will leave the videos up. I'm not taking any videos down because they're not like super harmful or anything, and also it shows evolution and stuff. I'm like a Pokemon, you know, I've evolved, and even through that time I was like, I'm unbiased, and I was really believing I'm really unbiased, but I don't know, the shade, I don't know, like saying that copy and stuff, I don't know. And I was planning on coming out with a video retracting and whatever, apologizing for past shade that I've thrown. We've all thrown shade at Poppy at some point, let's just be honest. Titanic is whatever, to be honest, because he's just meh, like cool projects and stuff, but he's a bit meh. And if everything that people have said about him is true, then he's even more meh than meh. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion anyways. So, I'm not taking any videos down, but I was planning to come out with, boy, if you are drilling again, I will throw a sock in your eye. What was I even saying? You dookie! Don't drill! So he pulls out a hammer instead. He made the dogs bark. He's got the drill again. I'm better off recording videos in the morning. Anyways, I wanted to try and get this video done because like it's dark and look, there's the sky. There's the sky. It's light, but it's dull in here, you know what I'm saying? It's dull in here. It's dull. I don't know why it's dull, but it's dull. God damn. That'll do, pig. That'll do. God damn. I'm so gross. Make it stop. Gucci? It really doesn't matter what I have in view at this point because this is just the lighting is just getting dark and dark and dark. Anyways, so I'm not leaving. I'm not deleting any. Oh my god. OMG. I am terribly sorry. There are just sounds in every single direction right now. And so if I'm louder than these sounds, maybe everything will be okay. So what I was saying was, I'm not taking any of those videos down because they are not like super hurtful or anything. I like that my channel will show like growth and stuff with opinion and stuff, and so I won't be removing them because what I said wasn't that bad. I was just a little bit immature, you know? It wasn't that bad though, and it's not like Poppy came along herself and was all like, take the video down and stuff, you know? It's me personally in myself finding, hey, there was a bit of shade there, so you know. And I was gonna make this video a video like apologizing anyway, but now she's come out with like a statement against Titanic. There was speculation that they weren't working together anymore, and she's come out with this statement, and I was like, well, what better time to apologize to her about my shade toward her than now? Because she's given me all the more reason to apologize to her with this statement if everything that's said is true. Okay, I'm gonna read out this statement. Shut up, car. So her statement says, everybody is so loud right now and I don't understand why. Okay, so the statement's, why do they start barking every time I start recording? Okay, so take 1000. So her statement says, to who it may concern, I grappled with the thought of making this statement, but I decided to do this to set the record straight. As some of you may know, my former creative partner and I have parted ways. This was a long time coming, but this is a person whom I defended in the past because I thought he was just misunderstood. The reason I am making this statement is due to the amount of misinformation online about me and my character, and I owe it to myself to clear a few things up. I met this person at a young age and things were seemingly good for a while until echoes from his past were too loud to ignore. I was never an accomplice to this person's past actions. It was in speech marks, whatever you call it, to this person's past actions like some believe. I was a person who suffered similar wrongdoings as one of his former partners brought to light. Argo, possibly? This person glamorizes suicide and has used it many times in the past to manipulate me, and the last time I finally had enough. I swear there was more. I swear there was more to her statement. Was there more to her statement? I don't know because I'm blocked on Twitter. So, I'm blocked on Twitter. Let me go to her Instagram real quick. Okay, so I was right. There is more. And I went to her Instagram, but she didn't post it on her Instagram. So I don't know. But maybe she posted it on her story. I don't know, but it's not on her Instagram currently. So I found this one article that gives the rest of it, I guess. As a grab for attention, he messaged fans before he tried hanging himself while I was on tour with an item that belonged to me. As his next experiment, repeating manipulative patterns he has for years. Wait, what? Oh. It says he has recently used her former friends as his next experiment, repeating manipulative patterns he has for years. The drilling never stops. I was trapped in a mess that I needed to dig myself out of, and like I always do, I figured out how to handle it. It says, and the last time I finally had enough. Wait, I'm so confused. Oh, it's on Facebook. I'm cool with that. I really should have prepped more for this video, but I found like the statement, a piece of the statement, and I was like, this is the statement. Okay. Oh, there's like there's 2 pages. Okay, this person glamorizes suicide and has used it many times in the past to manipulate me. And the last time I finally had enough. As a grab for attention, he messaged fans before he tried hanging himself while I was on tour with an item that belonged to me. These are tactics that he used for years. This person lives an illusion that he is a gift to this earth. He weaved himself into a storyline wanting the public to believe he was a puppeteer, which is so far from the truth. In light of recent events brought to my attention, he is already quick to jump in and use my former friends as his next experiment, repeating manipulative patterns he has for years. I was trapped in a mess that I needed to dig myself out of. Boy. I was trapped in a mess that I needed to dig my way out of, and oh wait, the dogs are barking. Wow, shut up. I was trapped in a mess that I needed to dig my way out of, and like I always do, I figured out how to handle it. I encourage those of you who feel trapped in a situation, whether it be similar to my previous one or not, to take the first step, because that is the most difficult one. This is not a request for sympathy, and I am not a weak victim, but this is me setting the record straight. And I'll put the statement in somewhere so you can read it yourself, just in case I confused you with my reading, because it took forever for me to get to it. Now, after Poppy put that statement out, Alex Mixter, which is Corey Mixter's brother, he put out a Reddit post saying a lot of stuff. So, just basically exposing everybody, dragging everybody, just throwing everybody under the bus. So, let me read it to you. It's really, really, really long. Really long. And it's so sad that it's so long. Anyways, I'm not going to use stage names, except Poppy, because she insisted to be referred to as Poppy by everyone, my parents included, and it kinda just gets ingrained, so here we go. I've always thought that the entire point... I'm already screwing up. I always thought that the entire project was silly. I've been watching Corey cultivate this idea since 2008. At first they started making artsy videos in their apartment, and they both liked making music. So at first Corey was sending me these really beautifully shot videos of them in Chicago on top of a score they wrote together. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Brittany. Yeah, Brittany is a talented pianist. They worked together very well. Eventually they moved back to Michigan, and this was around the time I graduated high school. But Corey moved back in with the family after some kind of conflict where they were on the rocks. Corey really reanalyzed the entire thing, and it started going from grocerybag.tv content to Argo content, driving her as the star. Brittany introduced him to weed and alcohol. He was straight-edged hardcore kid playing in metal bands before he met her. So they started getting super baked and making these ridiculous videos where the whole point was to get people to hate them. Corey used to submit these videos of them being cliche hipsters, getting wine drunk, smoking weed, saying dumb, rambling, pretentious stuff on camera, editing it, and then submitting it to look at this effing hipster .com to get views, and it worked. They got 100,000 views, and then boom, they released a video where Brittany played a song on an acoustic guitar. Why am I reading? On an acoustic guitar. And then it goes on to the next paragraph. I'm so done. This dude, next door neighbor, keeps playing music and annoying the hell out of me. From the very beginning, this has been Corey's goal. It's extremely simple. Create a weird, confusing, dumb spectacle, release a music video, and then, hey, this is kinda good. Here's our album. By the way, we're on tour. Spoiler, this is the same strategy for Poppy. This is why people notice so many similarities, because it is an identical model that he knew would work, and it did. But it didn't work with Britney because of Britney. Going back to the early 2010s, I joined the band. My buddy that I was jamming with at the time joined too. We started practicing pretty regularly in Michigan. A few months later, they moved to Chicago again, and they were working with a really great producer in this insane studio. While I was really feeling ready to get out of my hometown, me and my buddy decided to move down and join the band. 5 months in, we moved in with Corey and Britney since the studio was like a block from their apartment. And I regard these some of the worst months of my life. They just effing hated each other. I don't know how else to put it. This would be like Love in Black and White days. The shoot for that music video was miserable. I'm in that one on bass. She got absolutely hammered on tequila for the shoot, and we had to keep telling her she was a good singer. She was always incredibly insecure and never really knew what was going on while Corey was always guiding her. She was pretty prone to getting blackout drunk and making some kind of scene, including taking her clothes off and needing to be carried out of the room. I have been in far too many screaming matches with Britney, always over the pettiest stuff. The two of them fought all the time, and band practice was never fun, and it all fell apart really fast, as you can imagine. Then we got fired, then eventually they rebuilt the band, and I ended up back in the band on lead guitar. I played a few shows with them in the new lineup, but it was still always tense, and sometimes Britney wouldn't show up to band practice when our bassist was driving 300 miles to be there. We played Summerfest with them, and it was such a bad experience that we were finally fed up and the whole band quit. Corey and Britney went back to Chicago, and me and the rest of the band went and got ZZ Top and Scorpions. Went and watched ZZ Top and Scorpions. Then we all got fired, ? I never took part in I never understood that part. Anyways, when they moved to LA, they got a new band again, and we didn't hear much. They kind of vanished with the exception of a video going on YouTube here and there. When Corey and Britney finally split, they were carrying momentum as they released their highest budget music video to date, and suddenly the whole Mars Argo thing was over. The end of the relationship was the end of the project, and that effing crushed Corey. He invested like 6 years or so into trying to make Britney into a star, and it fell apart with the entire relationship. Was hinged on that. The lyrics to Using You are pretty goddamn obvious. The same concept popped back up with the Poppy, and I noticed what Corey was doing. They cleaned Poppy's history and started everything back up, making weird videos that eventually linked you to a song. Pop already had a record deal, so that was a plus, but my brother created every element of the entire experiment that drove Poppy's success. The techniques he uses to make it feel as creepy or off as it does are the result of what he's been honing in on for years. He got really good at it, and it blew up, which is what he had been chasing for about a decade. They flew me out to LA to shoot behind the scenes footage of the Lowlife video, and it was amazing to see Corey go from shooting computer shows on a DSLR in our parents' basement to directing a large crew on soundstage in LA. But I never liked Poppy from the start. Flying in for that video shoot was the first time I met her. When I got picked up from the airport, it felt less like my brother picking me up and more like a client. I immediately learned that everything revolves around Poppy. If you're not talking about her, she isn't interested. She came to Christmas and went on family trips with us She never really had anything positive to say. It was always negative, and quite often she was talking stuff about somebody. I found that she was even more insecure than Britney, because they took the strategy of making weird, mysterious stuff. They attracted obsessive people who were chasing conspiracy theories, and we only heard resentment toward fans when they'd come back from tour. Once it really picked up steam and they began touring the world, I don't think anyone really enjoyed it. How was France? Ugh, the flight was effing miserable. Their team was going through constant changeover every time I talked with them. They had a new manager. So here's why I'm telling you all of this. Poppy wants to be a pop star and I wish her the best, but dragging my brother after cheating on him, airing out the fact that he attempted suicide, and then discrediting everything he created, that's the type of person who would also use her own trauma to invalidate an allegation. That's the part you got right. She also said that Britney was using the lawsuit for attention, and Britney actually was hinting at a new album release. She was raised to marry a rich man for his money. She literally wrote that in her lyrics. She hasn't done anything since Argo went away, and her dad is paying for an apartment in Malibu for her right now. She's never had a job. She was banking on being a famous singer, and suddenly Corey was successful doing this thing, and she put together a lawsuit that didn't make it to court, but it sure made it to TMZ. I thought it made it to court, but I don't know. I don't know, because the whole lawsuit, because the court ruled that something about no communication or something, but I don't know. Poppy saw how people reacted towards Corey during that and is now pretending to be another victim and ride the cancel culture wave. Oh, by the way, there's a new album January 10th. I should put that in my calendar. We should really support her. I think she should be ashamed of herself. This only comes down to, wow. Alex Mixter. I understand you were probably in a rush while writing this, but yo, there are some words where there shouldn't be words. This is terrible. This only comes down to album sales for her. I think her new relationship was another career move as well, but processing your brother's suicide attempt is a pretty effing heavy thing, and this crossed a line that I couldn't even imagine someone thinking about before today. She got popular eating cotton candy and confusing people. Now that she's reached a certain level of success, she thinks she can go solo. The problem is, just like last time, the project is intertwined with the relationship, and I find it odd that Poppy stood by Corey during the lawsuit but is now using that against him. Because Poppy obviously lived in Britney's shadow, and at any point she could have been different, but she just became Britney and picked up where Argo left off. Yo, it is so dull now. I always found it weird, but anything for $1 with these people. And honestly, a huge part of the mystery around Poppy that gained so much attention was the drama around Argo. I always thought that they were playing that up to get people talking. They think everyone is stupid for watching their videos. They refer to their fans as effing idiots. I almost forgot to carry on. And this is such a 180 flip for Poppy from the hyper-conservative cynic that I had to spend Christmas with, that I can't help but feel certain that she's doing this as a marketing tactic. Nobody is justified in any of this. They are toxic people, all of them, and they are all clamoring for fame. Their breakup has been private. People have just been speculating about her and her new boyfriend, and this entire situation is just effed up. And this entire situation is just an effed up move on her part. She was kicking him out of what he built for the second time. He was suicidal and then he attempted it. Thanks for letting everyone know. Can't wait for the new record. So, I don't know how to feel about that. So, oh, and then there was this situation where, like, some of Poppy's music videos and Mars Argos got removed from YouTube, and it's on their official channels, and they got removed and claimed. And I don't know if that situation is sorted yet. I'm gonna quickly look. I'm gonna put the link to that Reddit post, by the way, in the description from where I read it from. I'll put it in the description so that y'all can see it, because, yeah. And if I can find Poppy's statement as well, like a link to it, I'll put that in the description as well. One moment. Okay, I don't know. For the most part, Poppy's content seems to look fine. Like her music videos, they seem to look okay. I don't know if there's something I'm missing. I just took a quick look, so, you know. But Using You is gone from grocerybag.tv. And this is old news, but I never said anything about it in any videos because, like, obviously, like, my year was, like, because it's been a year since I've had a proper schedule on this channel. So, it's a little bit messy. But I'm trying to get back into it. Like, life was hard, you know. We don't need no sad story. But, this is old news. I think it's a couple of months old. But grocerybag.tv's name got changed to grocerybag.tvtest. So, this is speculated to be Mars Argo. She changed the name because she got access to the channel again and stuff. And she changed the name to, like, test to see if she could change the name, I guess. So we'll see what she does with it and stuff. Yeah, back to that statement though. So some people that were thinking that he went against the lawsuit, Alex Mixter went against the lawsuit by talking about all of that and giving names and stuff. But apparently people are saying that it doesn't go against the lawsuit because nobody forced him, nobody that was involved in the lawsuit forced him to make that statement. So he was allowed to comment on it because it wasn't forced and he wasn't involved in the situation. So yeah. And also people are wanting Poppy to apologize, but apparently Poppy cannot apologize to Mars Argo like directly or anything, and she can't say her name because of the lawsuit, because she was involved and she's not allowed to mention Mars Argo. But yeah, I would love to see like Mars Argo and Poppy like collaborate now and stuff, because like my whole theory, like, because I made up a little storyline and it's nice to see that this storyline is kind of coming true. But yeah, I made up this whole storyline that Mars Argo and Poppy, not Mars Argo and Titanic, things went wrong with them, and then Titanic and Poppy, and then Mars Argo comes back and saves Poppy and stuff like that. And Titanic is like the big villain, and I just thought it would make a cool movie or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of coming, it's kind of happening, because Mars Argo came back, exposed Titanic and stuff, and kind of exposed Poppy too though. But now Poppy's saying that she wasn't actually involved in any of that. Maybe these two can, if all of this is true, maybe they can come together, collaborate, and we can have the Mars Argo and Poppy show and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? But obviously at the moment they can't really communicate or anything because of the lawsuit and stuff, so I would just love to see it happen. I don't know. I'd just love to see it happen. Now they're finally kind of both on the same page, I guess, so why not? But yeah, and also, just in case anybody doesn't know, because this is all about recent Poppy news, Poppy, yeah, she's releasing an album on January 10th. The I Disagree, was it? Or was it? What? No, it's, yeah. I think. Yes, it's I Disagree, January 10th, new album. Everybody gotta check it out. I'm checking it out. Obviously, I already love all the songs that are on it. I don't know if I've heard all the songs, but whatever Poppy puts out, I listen to. So, I've heard a good portion, I guess. So, it's good. It's good. And also, Poppy is now in a relationship, as far as we know, with Ghostmain. So, cool, cool. Although if it is a publicity tactic, then oof, but yay. And there was the whole thing about her posting a picture of her with brown hair on her Instagram, and then posting pictures of her with blonde hair. So it's speculated that she's either gone back to being a brunette or she's wearing a wig, which a lot of people always thought she was wearing a wig anyway, so yeah. But the fact that she's came back with like the brown hair, but obviously we're not seeing Poppy with brown hair, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all the Poppy news. From what I can think of. I don't know if I'm gonna cover everything. I would like to cover everything, but because I feel like I follow it anyway, so why not? But I don't know. And it's like ever since Repzilla dropped off the topic, apparently he's gonna put out a new Poppy video soon because of the whole Poppy statement. But since he dropped off the topic, it's been hard to find news on it because I was following the news from him, and now I'm following from every other source I can find. And so whatever I can find, I talk about with everybody and stuff. So I thought, why not? But why don't I try and be that new thing? But I follow Marzi, but yeah. I disagree with everything that you say is a tragedy. Okay, so let me just do shoutouts real quick. So at the end of each video, I aim to do 4 shoutouts because 4 is my favorite number, and these shoutouts are to anybody I've been enjoying recently. I aim to give shoutouts to people I've been enjoying recently, people I feel like deserve more like attention and stuff, people I like to talk about and stuff like that, you know, just things, people who ask, people who whatever, you know, just anything and everything, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm getting irritated right now. So, number 1, Jasmine Bean. So, yo, Jasmine Bean, her music is thebomb.com, and I love it so much, and it is beautiful, and I'm just sad we need more, but I know, you can't rush perfection, and what she has is beautiful. So, yeah, Jasmine Bean. Number 2, Victoria Modesta. So, she is like an amputee musician. She dances and stuff like that, and she's really cool. And I just love how, like, the aesthetic, the music, the singing, the dance is amazing, just awesome. Number 3, Bizboo. So Bizboo does funny Yo World videos, and that's all I've really watched from her, but she does other stuff, but the Yo World videos are really funny, so yeah. And 3rd is Glenn Shiraishi. I'm pretty sure I've already shouted you out, but that's a friend of mine, and she's so cool. Check her out. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. No, the new outro thing. I keep forgetting the new outro. It's, if you liked it, like the video. If you disliked it, dislike the video. It all helps me out in the end. Why do I always forget this? This at some point it's just like, just leave it. Just drop it if you can't remember it. But yeah, subscribe to me, my channel, if you want to see more of my daily life. Check out Madhouse. If you want to see me with my friends, check out DVD Squad. If you want to see guinea pigs, check out Peach and Punky, Palbino and Peak Diddy's Facebook page. Links to everything I mentioned will be in the description below, along with everything I mentioned in this here video. I'm so tired and hungry and just bothered by all the sounds that took place during the recording of this. How amazing is it that everything's like quieter now that I'm ending the video? How beautiful, how beautiful. Anywho, hope you enjoyed. Boy.